Hello, hi, my name is Godfrey Mo, Flowcash, hashtag Wanamotswana, my name is whatever, man. Um, Welcome to my HTML tutorials, Gasetwana. We've done a lot of talking in the past couple of weeks, but I feel like I left something out. Something doesn't quite connect. And it's the semantics of talking to a web browser. I cannot say this enough. I love semantics when it comes to talking to the browser because it makes life easier for both you and the browser. So it's always good to talk to your browser. If you want a paragraph, don't just write like that. The browser will write it down, of course, yes. But one, you will have no way of referencing or referring to that type of text, to that piece of text, and how you refer we style it. Two, you're going to confuse the browser. Although it's going to display Sentlehela like you would expect it to, because it has to do a lot of thinking for you when that should have been a paragraph, so or something like that. So it's always good to keep it simple. If it's a paragraph, put it within a p tag, things like that. And then always make sure you close all your opening tags. Close them all, including the last ones, because if you remove this last body, it's still going to work. Or if you remove the HTML, it is still going to work and run simply more browsering, but it's going to support this at the browser because browser about there are a lot of thinking for you. Alright, so now those are the semantics, going deep into programming and understanding HTML, being wife and husband. Alright, cool. So now I want to demonstrate something here. This is good. We've been working with this ever since we started these tutorials. Now I think we have enough knowledge now to step a little bit deeper into the semantics HTML. That is why I made this movie. So remember, I've always been talking about giving the browser what to expect, letting the browser know what it should expect. Alright, that's the same thing we're doing here. Harare type equals text. Expect text more your relation style sheet. Where are you getting it from? Hello.css. And then what type of document is it? Type/css. You're talking to it, let it know that it should expect CSS. Alright, and then one other thing, remember our style tag, type text CSS. Expect a style alien or it is text.css. You've always been talking to the browser, but there's one big mistake we made. Not really a mistake, I didn't want to mention that in the beginning because so let's get into a little bit of yet. Alright, now let me go to the browser and show you guys something. Right click V, inspect element. This is supposed to be clean all the time. Alright, you should not have anything underlined in red like that when you inspect your element. That tells you that there's something wrong with your HTML. Now let's hover over that and see what the error is. Actually the warning, not an error. Start tag sin without a doc type first. Expected a doc type HTML thingy. That's the good thing about the browser. We were supposed to have put in a doc type warning the browser what type of document to expect, but we didn't. And the browser was smart enough to know these guys forgot. So I'm just gonna have to work harder and see that this is this is HTML. So the browser just ran it as HTML. That is why it's going to run simply, but you're making your browser work extra hard unnecessarily. So it's always good to let it know what it should expect. I mean, if I tell you that you should expect to see this happening on this date at that time at that hour, you better know how to prepare as compared to how you get. So one flaw I've noticed about Opera, I like using Opera, I don't know why, but I just like it. If you view the source here, it does not underline that HTML thingy. So I've noticed that a couple of browsers, including Chrome, it does not underline that. But Firefox is smart enough to underline that for you. So we are fortunate. Check your errors on go. Alright, so now to fix the error that we've been preaching about, I've been doing a lot of talking today. Hope you guys are following. So now to fix this error, just come to your HTML, right above everything else, just put a tag there, exactly the same way I write it, capital DOC, small letter TYPE, doc type HTML. Let the browser know that a document that is coming is not CSS, a document that is coming is not PHP, it is not JavaScript. Expect HTML. That is the document type. Alright, now having done this, I'm gonna come back here and then see reload. Bang, now you have your doc type at the top there, and then you don't have any underlining or any warning or error more with this HTML page because everything is fine. Basically the browser knew what to expect and it got what it expected. Now you are happy, it is happy, we are both happy. Alright, that's just that with that. So let's keep talking to our browsers, guys, and we'll talk more about other semantics as we move on, as we see fit. You can just do everything all at once, but I wanted you guys to know that. The second thing I wanted you guys to note is how I removed that image, but for some reason I still get the word image here. Alright, that's coming from the alternative. Remember the source, which is where the image is, and then the alternative, which is image. I could say image is not found here. That's the alternative text if there is no image, and then in this case there is no image. It tells you when the image is not found, but you don't want to do that on your website. You don't want to see a website will of the image not found. Rather just write the word image or photo or something. You get, and then that way I can always know, oh, that was supposed to be a photo but it's not there. You get, awesome. That's how your alternative works. If I take this back, the K that is supposed to be there, come back here, browser, reload, bang, then you get a beautiful photo of my sis. Alright, and then that's just that with the alternative. Alright, cool. I hope to see you guys on the next movie as we expand a little bit more and then getting towards our goal, or reaching our goal of being good programmers in Botswana, guys. Alright, see you next time.